also have a happy buck for attending that concert with our daughter. It's a huge pride to see my girl singing and sharing the family voice. And thirdly, I've got a happy buck for Vicki Wellenbrock. Vicki is working hard this week because I believe it's Friday she gets to go on this trip to Europe, specifically not sure where, but she's traveling with her niece who is involved with a school and taking students over there. She did this a couple years ago, so she's pretty excited. So, with that said, I can't start the meeting today. What's wrong?
Oh, she's missing the gavel. Where did the gavel go?
Where is that thing?
Who's the culprit?
You see it? Oh, Tommy. Did Tom do that?
We collect from Tom.
Oh, yeah, if he'll pay up.
Yeah, we collect from Tom. He's guilty. We're going to pay you to do it
back. Did somebody cover that for him?
Is this the real?
That's the
gavel?
real gavel.
All right.
Please stand. Our invocation today will be led by John Palmer Sr. Thank you. Our flag salute today will be led by past District Governor Jim Reinecke. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our singing of America today will be led by past President Phil Olson. Country 'tis of the sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Ooh. So on down to Kathy Carmody for guests today.
Madam President, fellow Lions and guests, would you like to introduce your guests to? I'll introduce half. I'll introduce Bonnie Knoll and my husband Steve Rainey. And Carrie Ann, would you like to introduce your guests, please?
President Marilyn, fellow Lions and guests, I would like to introduce Kevin Watson. He's going to take over the Longview American Family Insurance Agency.
Is that it? Okay. Welcome, guests. We're glad to have you. And we want to go to past President Cindy. Oh.
President Marilyn, fellow Lions and guests. Okay, I have update on Sandy Donaldson, thanks to Jim. She was in hospice. She's supposed to be getting discharged today at 2:30 to go home for home health care. There is a card going around for her for getting well. Hopefully that happens. Also thinking we do a card for Don because he's going through a tough time right now. Bob Hyman told me today that his son-in-law recently passed away due to cancer. I also have a card going around for him. Now for some good news on this sunshine report. I talked to Daryl McDaniel, actually I talked to Tracy, and he went back to Cancer Center of America and he finally got to see his gastrologist. And they found out they were mixing up their medicines. He was doing something he thought was good for him. They were prescribing something that was supposed to help him. So the doctor told him to stop doing one thing and he's gained 2 pounds. Woohoo! So there's my sunshine report.
I hope you learned what it was, Cindy.
Very important.
All right. So we have several announcements today, and we want to be sure and leave time for programs. move along as quickly as possible. Right there with Ron Stopler to behind, yeah, there you go.
President Marilyn, fellow lines and guests, we're short of a ramp chairperson, someone who knows carpentry and can supervise work. So if anyone is interested in doing that, we get the occasional ramp requests, and we just can't respond right now as a club. So please contact me if you're interested in being the ramp chairperson.
Okay, on over to past zone chair Greg Firth.
President Marilyn, fellow lines and guests, tomorrow night is monthly Site and Hearing Foundation meeting. Again, anybody is welcome to attend. Do what we do, see where the money goes that our club pours into it. Thank you.
Free beer?
Past zone chair George Moore.
President Marilyn, fellow lines and guests, I have a very short meeting of the Melvin Jones Fellows right over here after the meeting. Won't take long, but we got to start working on selecting the candidates for this year.
Okay, move on to Rex Boswell.
President Marilyn, fellow lines and guests, we still didn't get Christmas lights put away. The last work party I had, we only had 2 people show up. Could I see a show of hands, people who might be available Saturday morning at 9?
Nothing? You could do it, probably.
Well, Saturday morning at 9.
Saturday at 9. Okay. So, let's see. I'm trying to find my list. Dwayne Smith.
As you can see, we're doing videos as usual, and I want to let you know that they are being shown on Channel 11 at different times of the day. Also, at one of the recent board of directors meetings after that, we had a little group session and a video and promoting the Spirits of Italy, and that's being shown. It's on their schedule. It's being shown almost every day, and I'm sure that's going to help. Today, right after this meeting, Sean Moon from KLTV is going to bring up some lights. And we're going to have another short video shoot up here. And this time we'll be doing it for the golf tournament. So I just want to let you know what's going on.
Thank you, Dwayne. I think everything else is up here. Let's come up to past council chair Hal Palmer.
What month is this?
March.
Yes.
What else is it? Yeah, anybody else have a spring? Jim Will said he didn't have a spring. He has one now. You know what you just committed to? Bring a guest. Thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate it. The rest of us that have got springs, the bring a guest, remember to keep talking to them. I talked to 2 this week. I thought both were going to be here. One got sick, one forgot. Remember, follow up, follow up, follow up. Who else would like a spring? You want a spring? All right. Oh, I think you have a guest. Good job, Gina.
Bringing in the spring, right?
Past zone chair Doug Harvey.
Perfectly tonight at 4:30, we leave for Peninsula Club meeting over in Ocean Shores, no, Shores, over in Long Beach. Anybody who wants to join in, I got one left room, spot in the car. I leave at 4:30 from Baker's Corner. We'll be back by 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Doug.
Anybody who wants to go, please make contact with me after the meeting. Thank you.
Past District Governor Steve Patterson.
First of all, President Maryland, Lions and guests, thank you all that drop your newspapers off in the back end of my pickup. We discovered last week that somebody is trying to recycle cardboard, and that means toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, toothpaste containers, cereal box containers, that's cardboard, and waste control won't take that. So if you're guilty of that, please save it for some other place, because only newspapers and magazines. Thanks.
Thank you. Third VP Leroy. Third VP Leroy.
President Maryland, fellow lines and guests, we have a sweet opportunity for the lion who would likes ice cream, wants to get involved, an opportunity to serve as the chairman of the ice cream cart thing. So if you have any questions, that's for this coming year. Rex isn't able to continue on with work in school, and so an opportunity to get into this very creamy endeavor, and so just come and see us, okay?
Great. You know, I took over for James Mossman one summer and really did have a great time. It's a little bit of labor, need somebody that's willing to haul the wagon. If you take over that committee, you wouldn't necessarily have to have a truck. We have a team and lots of truck drivers, I think, so that would work. Thank you, Leroy. I think the rest of the announcements are up here. I'm going to be representing past President Russ for a couple weeks. As a reminder that there is a past president's meeting, March 29th. Is that right? Right date? Yes, at 6 p.m. at the masthead. At this time, I would like to invite past Zone Chair Greg and past Zone George up front, please. They're gonna get it. Oh, I missed you. Okay, we'll do it after.
Last year and this year, our club sent $500 up to Multiple District 19 to help fund CARE. And CARE has been really doing great things down in South America, providing water systems. They're doing a bunch of other stuff down there to help people with their living. Anyways, sending $500 each year, our club was able to get 2 Gordon Smith fellowships. And I didn't know who to give them to, so I asked George if he'd form a committee. His committee selected 2 individuals out of our club, and the 2 individuals he did select are 2 individuals that have done one heck of a lot of work in the club. And I'd like George to invite those 2 up.
Okay, the first one I'd like to invite up is Lion Rex Boswell.
He wants to take your picture, guys, so turn around.
Oh, need a photo here.
Photo op.
Good job.
Okay, the second one, would Lion Greg Swanson please come up?
You earned it.
Who wants a picture?
Thank you. Look at. Very good.
Thank you.
Well deserved. That's a great award. I missed one announcement. Carrie Ann Botero, please. This is a very important one. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
President Maryland, fellow Lions and guests, if you have not already put this event on your calendar, please do so. Taste of Italy is March 25th, which is coming up very soon. And we have sign-ups for that event. We need a lot of help for that. So the table over there is sign-ups. So after the meeting, please run over and put your name down. You don't have to commit to all day, so just even if you can come a couple hours, we appreciate that. We have a committee meeting this Thursday, 6 p.m., like mortgage. So if you are on the committee or would like to join us, please come this Thursday. Greg Swanson is there. So Greg Swanson is picking up wine donations. So if you can bring a new bottle of wine to a Tuesday meeting, Greg will collect all of that, and that is a way we make money as well. So we get donations for that wine. And I have flyers and donation sheets. So if you're out and about and would like to pick some of these up so you can get pinned up in the community out there, we would appreciate that as well. Apparel, we decided as a committee to wear our black and white like we have done in the past. So just keep that in mind. We're going to dress up and make it a fancy Taste of Italy. And we're doing something new this year with a test market of 2 VIP tables that we are giving tickets away for. So we'll put it into the system and we'll see how that goes. But potential for VIP. Ken Botero has tickets for sale. So we would like to get those tickets out in the community so people are coming to taste our fantastic spaghetti sauce. They all rave about that.
Get the money back in.
And we would like to get the money back in. So please, if you have tickets and you've sold those, get the money back in so we can account for about how many is out there. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carrie Ann.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. So now I'd like to turn this meeting over to Miss Gina Ramey. She has some wonderful guests here to speak to us today.
It's my privilege as March program chair to invite speakers each Tuesday, except the last Tuesday where we do awards. We do awards all the time. You guys should be part of the group. I'm speaking to my speakers as they are known in our community as philanthropists, and we have invited them to give us the rundown on 100 Women Who Care. And Trisha's co-speaker wasn't able to make it, so she presented another co-chair who are doing the 100 Men Who Care. And so we get to hear about this program by both the women and the men's point of view. So it is my pleasure to introduce Trisha Wilson, and I'll let her introduce Jeff Wilson when the time comes. You can use that if you want.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity, and for my husband, Jeff Wilson, and I to crash your luncheon and tell you about our wonderful charity group. It's a collective philanthropic group, and so I had learned about it about a year ago on my birthday. I turned 40, and instead of a birthday party, I had a birthday fundraiser, which was open to the public. And one of the women had came, her name was Stacy Delgarno, and she approached me about the 100 Women Who Care and said, there's this, hold on, I'm sorry. Jeff's a lot better at saying the history about it. Okay. This is my husband, Jeff. Come on, babe. Sorry.
This is not a Sonny and Cher program by any means, and we're not going to change our name to Palmer's to infiltrate your group, regardless of who the youngest or the good-looking one is. So having said that, really I'm glad Trish went first, because this whole speech will be about ladies going first. And in 2006, there was a lady by the name of Karen Dunnigan, and this was in Jackson, Michigan, not Jackson, Mississippi. I tend to get that confused. And she had attended a public community health partners meeting, and they had been discussing the need for newborns to at least have the privilege to experience a crib. Something that most of us just take as normal or commonplace. And she dug a little further and found out that, oh my heavens, how difficult is it to get cribs for people that need them and such. And she fought the red tape, and finally she thought amongst herself that she knows 100 people. She could surely get 100 people together for $100, not 100 people together for $1,000, but $100. And she did just that. And this was 2006, and to fast forward, Now you have, or we have, or everybody has, over 440 groups are listed. There are some international. Quite a few are domestic. But what's in a name? Well, there's 100 men that care, 100 women that care. Women went first. But there's also 100 children that care. There are a number of 100 anythings. These groups can be started up by anybody. And under the auspice that ladies go first, that's how I was drawn to this. My wife attended her first one in Vancouver, and I'd like her to share that experience, what it was like to attend your very first event, even though it was out of town.
Well, we had to check it out, kind of stake out the whole 100 women, because Southwest Washington started one, and Stacy had said, well, let's go down there and check it out. So of course we went down there and checked it out, and it was amazing. They had about 130 women that showed up, and within 1 hour, I believe they made $13,000 in 1 hour. So the whole process of this is that you sign up for 1 year, which is annually, and it's broken down to 4 quarters. You meet 4 times a year. That's it. Every time you meet the meeting, it starts out with a social for 1 hour where you can meet and greet and get to know some of the charities that are being nominated. And it's just more about enriching the relationships that you have in your community, because I believe that the more people that you learn that are in your community, the more you tend to care about it. And that's what I love about this. Let me see, I'm getting off track.
Well, we'll tag team this. We did bring some flyers, and again, I apologize. I got asked to fill in, so you're getting the men's and women's version explained to you, but they're the same. As Trish said, we're talking a very simple concept. It's supposed to take an hour or two of your life. That's it. The money is $100, not 73, not 5. It's 100, and it's your money that goes to the chosen charity. But there's some catches, good catches. There's always that catch. Here's the catch. How do you become even a winner of the recipient of the funds? Well, first you must be a 501c3 corporation. No excuses for that. You must have been established for a minimum of 1 year, and you have to have a local impact. Unlike the Lions, these groups are extremely localized and centralized. We don't have your worldwide capabilities as such, but keeping it very simple, that we could get a local charity to be recognized. And how does a charity even get nominated? Well, the process is somewhat simple. You go online, you register, and this is for both the men and women's group, and naturally social media, which is where you get all of your accurate information and real news. Well, social media on Facebook is where it's easy to look us up, 100 Women Who Care, Lower Columbia chapter, or 100 Men That Care, Lower Columbia. And once you get to that point, or our website, you simply register. And you can nominate your favorite charity by registering. We close the nominations off about 1 week before we hold an event. And we need to do that because we have to vet the charities. It's the charities that have to give the receipts to the individual. My wife and I are not a group other than a very happily married couple, but we're not a 501c3, and the groups that we're part of, we're just simply volunteers. So the money is you write your check to the charity. They give you the tax receipt. And it's all done in a democratic way, whereas after the 3 finalists are chosen at the event meeting, we vote on it. Simple majority. Whoever wins that night, the group agrees to write the check, your check or money order, no cash, and it goes to the charity at that point. So Trish will tell you about that she has an event coming up on April 18th, and I'll hog the microphone again and tell you about what we're doing tomorrow.
Yes, the women have our second quarter meeting at the region on April 18th, and I also wanted to say about how the charities are chosen. They're all the nominations are put in a hat or a bowl, and then we pick 3. So whether there's 15, 20, it does not matter. We just pick 3, and then whoever nominated that charity gets up and speaks about why the money should go to their charity. So then, like Jeff said, we all vote upon it, it's counted, and we find the winner, the recipient that night. So it's very simple, but the other two that don't get chosen get put back into that hat. So there's an opportunity always for them to get it.
The one thing that your group does very well is you're very good at sharing information and getting that microphone. It's the same philosophy with the 100 Men Who Care and women. As Trish said, the person that nominates it, they have to get over their shaky feet. They have to present. This is not a corporate event. This is not, there's no overhead involved in this at all. It is a democratic way to get that money there. The men tend to be a little bit different than the ladies, maybe in a way that you can so do, but this is our cheap version of the men's testosterone for our very first event, which is tomorrow night at the Regent Restaurant and Lounge, and for people that remember, that is formerly the Woodshed. And we're going to have this event at 5:45 tomorrow night. By 7:30 or so, we'll be out of there. We already have 9 charities nominated. I can name drop a few. There is a community house. There is Cowlitz Chaplaincy. There is Community Health Partners. There are some fine organizations that are nominated. But again, within 1 to 2 hours, we'll be out on this Wednesday, and the ladies will come up soon. And that big cardboard check, that ceremonial check, that's the fun part. At the end of it, we'll take that over there and get the pictures. But something else happens with both the men's and women's groups. Don't just give the money. There's follow-up. And I'd like Trish to explain to you how they selected the recipient of their first charity and what they did.
So it happens pretty swiftly. The first quarter, we had, $14,555 that went to Janus Youth Programs, and that's for the homeless teens here in Cowlitz County. So they were the recipient, and within a month, they went down and they had bought a van to go for the outreach for the teens, because they were using their own personal vehicles. And like I said, it happened very swiftly. We saw the results right away, and everyone got to see the results. And that's the best thing about it, is that like I said, you enrich your relationship with the neighborhood along with the people in the community, and you get to know, and you're more aware of all the other charities that might not get the attention that the other ones do. So.
Well, what Trish is saying is, and I'm going to talk about how happy I am, of course. My marriage is wonderful because it's a great relationship. And when we started the local chapters, we didn't think of this on the national end. We grabbed and hooked up with some wonderful people. In the men's group, you have with you today one of those wonderful people. His name is Lonnie Knowles. Lonnie, that hand again? Where are you at? Okay, he's in the back. Okay, at the bar. Well, all right, we're thinking of him in spirit. We know you're there, Lonnie. And also the founding members of our group, there you are, was Mr. Mike Wallen. We have Jason Mounier, Russ Meter. And so us 5, we have really much, it's a governance or a supervisory council, but we're volunteers. And as for the ladies,
we have Stacy Delgarno, Kalei LaFave, Brenda Backman, and Bianca Lemons. They are a part of our steering group to help make everything run smoothly.
In doing so, there's a lot of common denominators. There may be differences between our groups that are subtle. Like I said, I don't think our flyer is that cute. I actually prefer the ladies' decorations and whatnot, but it is what it is. I can tell you, though, when you attend one of these events, if you would consider doing such, back to those catches. At the door, you have to leave your politics. At the door, you need to leave your indifferences. Rule number 1, remember why we are here, and rule number 2 is see rule number 1. There's nothing other spectacular than that. For those that may or may not be even politically not correct or offended by this, again, both of our groups didn't think of this, but we're prepared to help any other group start, man, woman, child, or anybody. We didn't want to exclude anybody. It's just simply the way that it happened. And the gift of our passion has resulted, the ladies made an immediate impact. Imagine what you could do with $10,000+ from the men's and the women's quarterly. Now we're talking an attempted honesty of $80,000+ a year for something local. So I encourage you to start thinking about who your favorite charity is. And if there is such a list that's populated, there must be tons of choices, and join our groups.
Yes, and unfortunately I don't have any flyers, but I do have cards, and I would love to give them out. So.
Other than that, it really is simplistic. We do speak on this once in a while, and it's amazing that we don't necessarily make it clear. Sometimes things that are very simple just really are that simple. There's no other complications to this. It's come one, come all, and we intend on being around a long time. Our men's group, well, we did get something. We held the door for the ladies, however, we were the first men's group in Washington State. But we only led by example. I attended my wife's first meeting that she went to. She's also part of the Southwest chapter, so think of Clark County. And I was so impressed on how quick this was, and the impact was so immediate. It didn't take long, and then here comes Lonnie Knowles and others, and we are now up and running. So really the thank you goes to my wife, who inspired me to do so.
Thanks.
Are there any questions?
Yes, questions.
Jeff,
Yes.
no administrative cost.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Brotero. And by the way, my manners, President Maryland, thank you, and Lions and guests. I do appreciate being here. As Mr. Brotero was saying, there is no overhead. There is no man or woman in the corner taking any of the money. What little overhead it does take to put this on, that's part of the supervisory council. We don't look for tax deductions or whatnot. It's a small amount that we've all contributed, so has the ladies. It just is what it is for the good of the order. But the money that, again, there is 100% pass-through. There is no touchy delivered to them and get that maximum benefit. Mr. Palmer.
When I found out of it, I asked Lonnie for a handful of cards to hand those out. So I have reminder cards with me right now. And for some of you guys who say, oh gosh, it's just not available on March 15th, I have a pre-existing commitment. I've been collecting checks made out with $100 and signed here at my office tomorrow night. So if there's anybody here that's too busy to go tomorrow night, I'd be happy to take your signed check in and just fill it in and let you know.
That you're gonna make my makeup run and my wife's makeup run. You keep
really
that up.
sweet.
But that is a point that I missed, and Trish and I missed. Is it's kind of those things need not be present to care, need not be present to love or be compassionate. You need to join the group, but we understand you're busy. Although we've got it down to 1 or 2 hours, but we know that you have people may not be able to make that event. But if you're registered, yes, you can fill out the check afterwards, because once the majority picks the winner, we all agree to, of course, follow through with that commitment for payment to them. Doesn't mean that night exactly there are others, and Mr. Palmer, thank you. That will make a big difference. We currently at the men, we have 68 registered as of this morning, and for guys like me that probably talk too much, that's a big deal, because a lot of us will show up at the last minute. We know that. We are firmly expecting 100 plus men tomorrow. We currently have 68. So with the balance in here, boy, we're going to be over. That's good.
But within your absence, you lose the chance to vote because you're not there. So, and it's not usually an issue or anything. Lonnie.
Yeah, my question for you, so you mean that if someone from this group nominates and they get chosen that night, basically 100 people, whether they win or lose, will learn about the Lions group, what they're trying to achieve, right?
That's exactly what it means.
Nominations, when we pull the 3 finalists out of the hat or the bingo drum or whatever you want to call it, those 3 finalists, somebody's name's going to be on there. Who nominated them? They're going to come up and give the speech, and it's about a 10-minute period for the guys, 5 minutes for the ladies, but that person will present, and then here comes those questions from the floor. You're right, Mr. Knowles, half of this battle is to create awareness of those that may not even know that charity exists.
One more question.
I actually just wanted to make a statement. Trisha invited me to the first one, and I admit I didn't know that much about it. And of course, the snow happened that night. I couldn't get out of my driveway, so that's one reason I didn't make But two, I really, truly did not know that much about it. Lo and behold, I believe it was the next day in the newspaper front page, and told what that money went to. Guess what? I mailed my check in for $100 to that charity. It was such an uplifting, I mean, like, I didn't make it to the meeting, and you know what? I'm going to the next one and go from now on because I think it's really cool.
Here we go. This is not working out. This is, I'm going to freshen up here pretty soon, but thank you.
Just so you know, when you called my brother, Mr. Palmer, it caused me to tear up.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer.
Can I get you guys to come over here?
Yes.
So, Trisha.
Thank you.
A mug for you. It has lions on it. A mug for you, Jeff. And 2 applications. Maybe you want to reciprocate and come and join us too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I was going to sit down and then I just remembered I have to review announcements. Okay, there's a lot of them, so if you need to take notes, get ready. Site and hearing meeting tomorrow night at the park, right? Canterbury Park, 6:30, thank you. Also on recycling, Secretary Steve mentioned that be sure that you just put newspapers and magazines in our recycling bin. Doug Harvey's making a visitation to Peninsula Club. He's got room for one more, leaving Baker's Corner at 4:30 tonight. Melvin Jones recipients meet with past zone chair George over there after the meeting in this little corner. Ron Stopler mentioned that we really need a wheelchair ramp leader, and he's looking and asking, so if you feel that you have the skills that would help them with that, that'd be great. Past president meeting, March 29th, 6 p.m., Masthead. Taste of Italy events, there's tons of it to keep track of, so be sure that you get your tickets or sell tickets and turn the money in soon. There's a meeting Thursday night at Life Mortgage on Washington Way at 6 p.m. And that is the 16th. And that's for Taste of Italy. Thursday night. Ice cream. We need someone to run the ice cream wagon, which the actual events would start July 4th and through the next 2 months. There's also an activity in September. So July, August, and mid-September. So it's a very short-lived chairmanship. Lions Island meeting Saturday night at 9 o'clock at the shop. Saturday morning. Did I say night?
Yeah. That's why they didn't show up.
I've kind of been running on overload, you guys. You'll have to bear with me here. Okay, Lions Island, Saturday at 9 a.m. Watch KLTV and check out to see who's on there. We've got a great ad coming up. Past Council Chair Hal Palmer has springs for us to remind us to invite a guest. Is there anything else I missed? Okay. Blue ticket. How about senility while we're getting our tickets out, Steve?
If you're in town on vacation, you come back, doesn't mean you can't sign in, Eric.
Eric? Oh. He was here first.
Come up with a quarter, mister.
Okay. Anything else? Blue ticket, 5356502.
I have it right here.
Hey, Gina gets the draw all the way up to the front here, Paul. So today's red ticket, 8212809. 809. Phil Olson. Diabetes. We're going to give that to diabetes. Okay. Relay for Life, ladies. Is it relay today? Marnie, okay. Congratulations. Get some good dessert. Gonna wait for the draw? Didn't happen?
Didn't happen.
Okay, the pot moves on. Anything else today?
No,
Meeting is adjourned.